Three. Okay,
Here we
hey
are.
Nicholas, my friend across the ocean. Very nice. I like that whole black background set, and I decided to start recording some of my calls because I get so excited talking to such laser focused people, in an industry that I'm already part of and I love, and it's like exciting. And as much as I don't want to say hate, but those really just days that you just kind of say, wow, like blind, the whole crypto industry, just something bad or whatever happens. And then things happen, the clouds go away and clear sailing again. So because we know we're part of a bigger ecosystem, right? We've got our own ecosystem within a bigger ecosystem, which is the whole crypto. So we
kind of have a ceiling above us, which kind of you have to respect, essentially.
Well, we live in the house of Bitcoin, right? We all live in the house of Bitcoin, and as much as everybody, and Dan's talked about decoupling for that, and maybe one day it'll happen. Now, in our case, we've always been about that theory or that ecosystem where it's not even going to really depend on the crypto world itself. We're basically targeting gambling, fantasy, and within that area of gambling, we've got, of course, our areas, fantasy sports. You can see I've got my peer-to-peer, and there's the esports, because I've been making calls and I like to show the theme. But I decided to try to record some of these calls that I do with my team, my group, and just show it because it's really interesting for me. And some of those calls are, just fascinating. So I just want to let everybody in on it. I kind of like how everybody gets, we're all riding together in the cockpit. So I have, instead of 2 eyes, I've got, 2,000 eyes. And I like that because then I got all these guys in Slack room, pointing this out, pointing that out. And it's really unique. And I just want to keep that rolling. And things take time, they don't get done in a year. And we're just moving through things. Our platform is getting just the finishing touches, I would say, towards where we could go out there and really bring in large audiences. Same thing's happening with poker. Now we're expanding into peer-to-peer betting because the whole entry by the United States. So, I don't want to be redundant. I know you know all these things. So how you doing, Nicholas?
I just wanted to match your look, and I put on these headphones to look similar. I just need a hat right now.
There's no way, dude. If we could look similar, I would give a lot. Pick a wallet and make me look like this guy. You look great. You act great, and I talk to Nicholas, at least once a month, sometimes more, because he's very in tune to the market and our team, and just he's just been there as a consultant for me a long time. So basically
everybody needs like somebody like on your shoulder, just overlooking things, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And just different perspectives and people that talk to other people within the crypto world. So I said, you know what, I gotta start recording these calls. And I called Cam and I said, hey Cam, I'm doing this. I don't know if to call it an interview or a reality show, within the organization of a company, whatever you want to call it. I said, hey Cam, I'm gonna start recording.
I would just call it behind the scenes, because this is us actually talking. Like, this is you and me. This is how our calls look like anyway. This is just us being us.
And that's what I want to share, because I get so I'm like, man, that was a great call. When I talk to Dan, when I talk to other people, so I said, Cam, I'm doing this and this and this. Do you mind if I record a call? And he's like, let's do it. So I got a bunch of people. I got Hussein. I talked to him a lot. Fantasy Couch. I said, you know what? Same thing. I want to record. So I said, get Zoom downloaded, and anybody out there in the community, that's active. You know what? Get on Zoom. We'll talk. We'll record it. Yeah, exactly. So it's all about community. Look, it's all about community. That's the stronger your coin is, it just means that you've built a bigger and stronger community. So we've got all of the trimmings of an incredibly great community. We've got the core people that, that were here on the way up, on the way down, on the floor. So those are the hardcore people. That's your base. And that's what we have. We have the hardcore supporters, very passionate about the game. And that's really what my message right now to everybody, to you and to everybody, is we basically evolved into a very robust platform. We've tested it. It's very efficient. Our coin, we've already gone through that. It's very efficient. It competes even against the new generation, no cost, instant to move. Essentially, we were no cost and instant to move.
We were so ahead of our time.
Cool.
We were so ahead of our time. This is like a coin that was foreseen POS. 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, and we also decided, the mining route was not a good one. So we wanted to not have computers fight against each other, and then you get those massive mining situations. But we wanted the computers to work in concert. I like that better. So the POS model is that basically computers working together, and every node is its own node. So you have a lot more security, and that's what I've been talking about lately. That these massive coins like Litecoin and even Bitcoin, they have tens and hundreds of thousands of computers out there, but all those computers essentially all pooled. And if you look at the pool, there's five pizza slices in that pie. You know what the Bitcoin network is looking at? It sees 5 computers. It doesn't see 500,000 computers. It says 5 computers processing at just outrageous speeds, finding that algorithm, finding the prize so they can get the reward. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that's bad or good. I'm just saying that our model with POS, with
technically speaking, if we were to think of worst case scenario, let's say I was some really bad guy or somebody who just wanted to 51% attack of the Bitcoin network. All I would have to do is gain control of one pool and make the other 3 pools go offline for 10 minutes. And for 10 minutes, I have all reign over the
I'm
network.
Not a fan.
Right?
Look, I'm not a fan of doomsday, talking about doomsday scenarios.
I'm just talking you got to look at all the possible scenarios, and if it's possible, you can bet that somebody's thinking about it.
Well, right, and that's what has happened to many smaller coins. When they are mineable, they can gain control. They've had 51% attacks. And let me be honest with you, 3 years ago when we abandoned mining, because we had mining and we had POS. And what I saw with mining is that suddenly we had 20 people mining, and then 5 minutes later, there were 0 people mining, and the chain was stopped. Because if you were above water and could mine profitably, they'd mine. And then they dump.
It's for hire mercenaries. It's not even.
And then they will dump. So the coin, as a coin, you get the network, but under all these conditions, and then they all end up dumping. So for a small coin, our decision was excellent. It turned out to be way better, and it also turned out to be a way to cut out that 51% attack potential, because in the POS world, you really can't do that. And I put out a chart the other day that showed, 100 little slices versus, 4 slices of the mine pools, showing how our network, has over 100 nodes now. We're moving even more. So that looks really nice on paper. It looks very good to a crypto community. We really want to talk about that aspect, that we've got a big network in terms of participation. The fork was in one way smooth, and in another way, it was a fork. But bless you.
Thanks.
The smooth part is that it ended happening, and it was successful, and it was thanks to the community reacting and moving over and downloading the new wallet and dealing with some syncing issues, and everybody was patient, and we tweaked. And we gave everybody fixes that had the issues, so everybody seems to be on board right now. I'm sure there's all kinds of straggler networks, but that part was smooth. Obviously, during the fork, there's always situations where you want to avoid moving coin, and sometimes there's issues, but everything got cleared out. We're happy, we're moving forward, and now it's really a very single-minded approach from my point of view. There's really two things now. I mean, before, you were worrying about the platform and the small details, and I don't like this and I don't like the other. But really, it's been the period of building out. We've got all the sports. We're turning on. Actually, I don't need the mic because I'm using the Yeti. And we're putting out soccer in a few days. So we've heard all the soccer fans out there and appreciate them. And we listen to every one of them that posts that says, hey, when's soccer coming back? And my message to everybody is right now I'm left with two bullseyes. Sometimes you have 8, right? You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do the other. But that's it. We had to do this, we had to do the fork, and that was totally.
For a little bit of time, you guys were kind of being really spread out.
Right. But that's it. We got the platform built out. We got our second wind in terms of coin for the future. And now my focus is players, and of course the money raised coming in, that we're working on. So, but players is really, as important as the money is, and certainly is, we want to work very hard on player acquisition. So that's why you're going to see a big push in terms of that. The amount of money we're going to pay for client acquisitions is going to be very high. It's going to have conditions. We've announced $25, but it's going to have conditions where the user that comes on has to spend money and buy in through a credit card. Credit card processor is finally going to be up, running, and stable with multiple other processors sitting there. So that's going to give us consistency. I always talk about that being, the issue that really was a problem last year, the consistency of our processing platform. But like everything, you got to work on it. You got to find the right way to do it. So now I'm days away from being able to get those platforms back up and not just have one, but multiple amounts. So it's soccer's coming back online. Baseball's coming very, very shortly. So our push right now is going to be focused on internal growth. So that's why we're going to go out and motivate and just juice up the affiliate commission, and we're just going to push the envelope in terms of contests. So NBA is going to ramp up what's left of it, and we're going to push soccer also. And I call out to all the soccer fans that we're going to answer to them. We're going to get the game back up, but you guys have to correspond and bring us players. And now we're going to pay you a lot for that. But every single player that likes the platform, that plays on the platform, you can only bring 3 or 5 or 10.
Isn't it anybody's dream to have a bunch of really, really good income during the bear market? I mean, imagine what you guys how much that $25 can be in a bull market. This is like everybody should just contact everybody. I mean, I would actually argue that it would be a lot better to have every community member bring 2 more people than to ask people bring me 5 or 10. No, just each one. If each one of you brings us 2 people, game over. Or one person, it's game over.
You're right. Every time I see a brand new registration, I think it was a good day. There's been days when we get, not many, 1 registration, and you know what? I'm happy for that one. But of course, 10, 20, 30, that's what we like to see these days. But it's got to really be up there. And if every one of our active members, which is over 1,000 in terms of in the game, brings a couple, and then those bring 1, you're right. We don't need everybody to do 5 or 10. All you got to do is 1 or 2. And the fact that everybody's got their wallet open, and even if staking doesn't seem like a lot, let's say you don't have that much coin, you're staking, this says next rewards and multiple days.
Raf,
Yeah.
quick question. How much do you know, like a percentage of like the whole coins on the new wallet? Like how much coins are staking on the new wallet right now?
Nothing. None of the new coin is ever going to stake. Nothing
No,
that
I
we
mean
hold.
like no, I mean like of the people who forked the new coin, of people using the newest client.
Oh,
Because I've seen the staking weight be super low. Like with the amount that I would like not stake much on the previous client. Now there's less people staking. The rewards are absolutely like so fast.
right.
I think
Yeah.
that has like it's an important part like in the ecosystem. If there's not many people, it's the difficulty is a lot easier, right?
That's exactly right, because the chain calculates the reward. It's a combination of the 4% of what you have, but you could get it faster, right? So it is basically
It
an
can be
algorithm.
more cumulative. Cumulative. How do you say it?
It's one or the other, right? And yes, that's been happening. But as time passes, more and more people, and I'm looking at, how many computers are on the old network, how many computers. So I don't have those numbers on. I just know that we're over 100 nodes on the new network, so I'm happy about that. And I'd have to, I haven't really been looking at the small details like that in terms of that. But as soon as we crossed the 100 node mark, I said, okay, good.
Because
And
I
that's
remember
when,
talking to Sunirok, the guy who created the network in the first
yeah.
place, and he said, I asked him why does he show the network weight on the Explorer? I'm like, it's a proof of stake blockchain, doesn't matter. He's like, no, it actually doesn't matter. If the network weight is lower, you will receive more rewards. So I'm not sure if I'm like paraphrasing correctly, but he said that less people that are competing with you staking is actually going to give you more staking in some way or form. But I'm not a
It's
blockchain expert, so I'm not gonna get into that.
man, you know what? I thought I was until I started talking to James.
Oh my God, James.
Oh god. And yeah. And I got to the point where I said, James, I'm getting tired of feeling like an idiot being next to you. Because during the fort I asked him like, well, what about this? And he'd answer it, well, what's this happening? Well, because of this. And it just sounded like a little kid asking questions, never
Oh
ending
yeah, I spoke to him for a few hours a
yeah,
year or two ago. That guy is
yeah.
like the stuff he did for some coins. He literally invented blockchains upon blockchains upon blockchains, and it's
And
like,
I'm gonna get him on. And you know what? Every time I call him, like for like a quick call, hey James, you got time for a quick call? Sure, Rafael. So I call him, and it turns into like a 4 hour call. I've had
oh
four.
yeah, I think I had at least
I've had
two
one.
4 hour calls with him.
I had one 4 hour call. I have multiple 3 hour calls, and I'm like, oh, you gotta stop doing this, Rafael. And he's totally like, smiles about it and never.
Yeah.
So I'm excited because he agreed to do a call like this, to do a recorded call. And so I've got him lined up. I've got Cam. I've got Dan. I've got our staff. I got Philly D and some of our people on our staff. So
every time I talk to Cam or Dan, like it's always like a 4 hour call. Same as you. Like we always just never stop talking.
We just, because it's just, we just saw how our ecosystem, our world grew so much and is basically spread out all over the world. But now with all the technology, that's actually.
Oh, you know who's gonna be in San Diego in like a few months?
Who?
Me and Cam.
Really?
Yeah, we'll be passing by in like May-ish time.
Oh, are you gonna come and see me or what?
Of course.
Hey,
pass through anywhere close to California and not see you? Come on.
What's going on in San Diego?
Oh, it's something personal. Yeah, we'll let you know.
Okay, well, make sure you make a time to come over here. We'll sit down.
For sure. I'll make sure I have at least a few days. Man, like you always never have time to catch up.
So, all right. So I think I like doing this. I think it captures of people want to know what's going on, and I want to tell them what's going on. And I would do a video a week or a day if there was enough. But sometimes I don't know if there's not enough material. It's just hard to
well, there's
do
only
that
so much you can
basis.
talk
Right,
about in the
right,
bear market.
right.
I mean, the market cycle is just dictate. There's times of faster happening. There's times of slower happening. Like it can't be
and
always
every
fast
single
paced.
person I talk to, I know everybody talks about the bear market and when is it going to end. I don't like to think about that.
I'm not even calling it bear market. I'm just calling it a market cycle. It's just a natural thing that happens.
But I can't. No. Raphael, no excuses, okay? No bear market bullshit or any of that.
Come on, I had this really beautiful screenshot ready to show off the NLC2 price. I just wanted to show the volume. Can you show the volume?
Whatever. I don't even pay attention to that stuff.
Okay,
I know
well, just ignore it. I'm gonna show the volume on my screen.
My point is, it doesn't matter bear market or not. I feel that
it's like a 250,000 volume right there.
I don't see anything.
Well, I'm showing it on my screen. You said don't want to see it.
Oh, all right. Well, I look. It's fine. I mean, and sometimes it goes down to almost nothing. So I don't know. There's whatever the reason for volume spikes or not. It's traders out there.
Actually, it doesn't matter. Like doesn't matter like the how much like how to phrase this in a nice way. Like sometimes. It's not as important the price movement as the volume movement, and I've been seeing a really steady increase in volume in NLC2 lately. So it maybe it's just the bots, but any sort of attention is good attention. Like all PR is good PR.
And exchanges that don't have trading bots don't do volume. You need that. So my point there
I'm saying it's a really amazing thing happening.
Well. Right, but all I want is just players on the platform, and everything's gonna fall right into place because all the volume right now is just trading, and once we get the true organic demand, the demand and the hold kind of a guy, which is the player, everything's gonna change, and that's where I want to get.
And all these essentially. Every single transaction on the what do you call it, credit card will be going through the Bittrex exchange, right?
I'm gonna every penny is gonna get there, and then and that way the demand will be instant. The effect, if you buy $1,000 on the credit card now and it gets approved in 5 seconds, there's $1,000 worth.
There'll be a green dildo.
NLC, there'll be what?
There'll be a green dildo in Bittrex as soon as you pay for it in the credit card, right?
A green what?
A green dildo. It's when you hear like a spike, a green spike. That's what you call it. That's what they call it. It's like it's like the slang. It's trading slang. It is trading slang.
You just say that. That's lovely. I'm recording this call, and Nicholas is, taking us beyond the rated. It's already rated R in the financial work, right? So that's what I'm going to try to do. I can't make it that long because as much as people are passionate about NLC2, they don't just want to see, me,
for 20 minutes a
day, saying nothing important. So what I want to say is I'm going to try to do this more often, record my calls because they're so interesting. My message to everybody is right now, the focus is on player acquisition. So everything that you're doing in your end of the world, bring me potential influencers. That's really what I would say right now. Nicholas, bring me influencers in the areas that we operate in, and let's get grassroots growth methods. As you have mentioned, hey, if every individual brought, one user a week or every 2 weeks, we'd have many thousands and thousands. That's all we need. And those thousands and thousands of players are going to go, they're going to buy coin, and it's going to make the coin spike. So we're going to do the demo of the credit card where it buys and it creates, the green bar. Thank you very much. And Nicholas, I feel good when I talk to you. I know that you've got your stethoscope toward, to to this industry. I like it because you give it to me straight and you don't sugarcoat it. And we've been through the ups and downs. I don't see any downs. Yeah, the price down, but on the contrary, it just makes us more determined to reach that moment where we're not going to depend on the crypto market whims of the day, because we're going to have demand from a completely independent source. And that's what we're all focused on. And that's what we know is going to happen. That's what all the holders
as Dan Hensley was preaching, the decoupling.
Decoupling is correct. That is correct. And not because it's bad, just because you want to be on your own 2 feet. And when you have a big down day in the Bitcoin, your coin shouldn't go down with it.
It is like NLC to turning 18. It's like we're pretty much going to be our own free world.
Well, we'll get there. So I'm going to end the recording right now. I just want to let everybody know that I'm going to try to do some more of these, and it'll be really interesting. Like I said, I've already got calls into very interesting ones. I can't wait to do, Cam and Dan and the couch and
James. Wow, that's gonna be a nice one.
James, I'm worried about James because I don't know if it's going to turn into another 4-hour call, and I'll be sitting there.
You know what? Even if 90% of users watch on the first 5 minutes, those 3 or 4 people that watch the entire 4 hours will forever be in love with you. Because it's no, I'm serious. Like, for some people, like, I've actually heard some people tell me, like, your 2 hour live streams, even though they're too much, like, some people, it's really, they really appreciate that. It's like, it's super unique. You don't see that any other coin doing that shit.
I do them, and then I look back and I think to myself, what was I thinking? Because everybody's got attention deficit disorder.
No. Like, right? You need to make. You can't. There's no such thing as one size fits all. You can't make one video that's gonna make everyone happy. What you do is you make some 10-minute ones, some 30-minute ones like this one, and you make like one 4-hour one like once a month. Because people, like, there's really serious investors, they're gonna love you for that shit. Like, if I was a serious investor, which I am, and if I didn't know about NLC, I'll watch every single 4-hour interview you had before I invested, and then I would feel confident investing.
Hey, look, if there's one thing I've not had a problem with, is just going on and on about what we're doing, because there's so much to talk about. There's so many angles. Although we're closing all the angles, it's actually a bad. Complexity is the enemy of progress. Simplicity is the friend of progress. So we have to get to the point where it's down to 2 things, and it really is. And now we're just going to put all our energy into those 2 things, and everybody can help. Everybody in the community can help. And as we evolve into more and more and more players, into more areas, we're going to see, we're so close. The platforms are so refined, so perfected. There's so many thousands of man hours that it's just getting to a point where it's going to be a world class in terms of fun and greatness and presentation, but also the amounts of players. So we're getting there, and I'm glad to talk to you. And I like that whole background there. Maybe I got to get my green screen.
Actually, no. I was actually just talking to a friend. I was just talking to Cam, Crypto Daily himself, like yesterday. Yeah. I saw this random YouTuber who's also a friend make just a simple video. He's like a normal wall, just a white wall behind him. 3 good lights, good camera, good mic. Like, that's it. And a shirt, like a really nice shirt. That's it. Like, you don't need to be like fancy. The way you look right now, it is, oh my God, look at that. Look at that. I'm so fucking jealous.
Hey, it's a walking billboard. And that's what I do when I go to the trade shows.
I'm gonna like.
And in April, we have Crypto Invest Summit in LA. And now we're going to have the podium on the main stage. Last time we had the pitch stage, which was a small stage, and now we're going to have the large stage, which there's 600 people there. So I'm finally going to be able to talk to that crowd I know that, our crowd is there, and we're all like one piece, right? NLC2, and we just got to bring more and more people.
Do you know what
and
date in April?
People coming in. What was that?
Do you know what date in April?
I don't have the
exact. Is it the end
date.
or the beginning?
I have to look it up, but I'm not sure. Why is that? Oh, because that's when you guys are coming?
Well, it's close to May, right? So I can.
Last I checked, April was close to May. Ha ha.
I actually said that really carefully because sometimes I fuck months up and I sound like an idiot.
Beep. I have to. Let's see. Crypto Invest Summit. No. April 8th, right here.
Ah, come on.
Wait. Yeah, Crypto Invest Summit, April 8th. Yes. 3rd edition, April 8th. To April 10th. Why? That's not when.
Well, I was hoping it's gonna be the end of April so I can stop by, but maybe I won't make it to Invest Summit. But I'll see you anyway, and I'll be watching the live streams.
That'll be great. Last time that Cam came, it was so fun. I mean, we spent time together. We went to dinner. We talked a lot. We were in Santa Monica. We even did that that beach bonfire. That was awesome.
Oh my god, we had so many. You remember we had some crazy conversations that bonfire. I think that was a huge stepping stone for NLC too.
Yeah, it was. And what's happening right now is, it seems like we're being courted now. Courted by, because everybody's, talking to me about the big, because NLOS, right? It was the idea of a sidechain, an EOS sidechain. I mean, it sounds great. It's exciting. We know that EOS, there's a lot of excitement between EOS or EOS, however you mention it. And so that whole thing, we didn't cancel it, but we did, we put it on hold. We're watching it. We're watching all the other technologies. And, we've been talking to different people from Steam and other
oh my god, even Steam
platforms.
Engine is about to kill it too. So there's lots of options available, like really, really soon.
So, I mean, we love our chain. We love all the features that we have on our own chain, but it's very interesting that everybody's selling us right now. And now somebody says that they're talking to the people at Tron. They want me to talk to them. And then I'm talking to a couple of the EOS side chains. They're telling me, oh, they're a good fit. And Steam's talking to us, and we have something. We're working the poker, and I don't want to.
Oh my God, Raf, you always leave the best stuff for the end. I had a feeling you had an ace in your sleeve. I had a feeling.
I don't want to. Well, I'm a poker player. I don't want to step on Dan's toes on that. But there's very interesting stuff going on. So we're listening to everybody. And we want to bring people from all of those communities and shows how much they're going to love NLC too. But at this time, we've got clear sailing. We just got through the fork. Everything's stable, and now we can move to the next.
It's actually a very beautiful thing to watch as somebody. I'm like you and me are. I mean, me personally, you're around forever. You're the CEO, right? But like I'm around like almost like 2 years now, and it's beautiful seeing NLC grow up and become this hot babe that everyone wants.
Well, I think in our crypto world, just surviving and thriving and having an operational platform that has potential and not just, fizzled when it came out, but actually has potential and has new people registering every day.
And nonstop development.
Nonstop development and an immense, essentially it's built by the feedback that we get from our very active community. So everybody's really plugged into the project. And that's our specialty. I like to think that's why everybody's, because we listen to everybody and we manage all of the ideas and we take everybody's opinion and we build it into what we're doing. And we're a very tight team and things get to the devs quickly and we can adjust and make changes and make tests. So yeah, it's like a well or better oiled machine going forward. Of course, and then now we're going for big oil. We want the big amount of oil.
I would even compare. I would compare it to like you guys are really like trying to like laser focus. I would say you guys are like morphing into an AK-47. Like just it just works.
Well, we're gonna, my goal is to be one of the top gambling platforms in the world, crypto based, and that's it. And we're just gonna keep expanding in that area more and more and more. We're also talking to land-based casinos. We're looking at setting up our games within land-based casino consoles. We're also looking at potentially putting NLC 2 into a demo island that we're calling a crypto island. So we're working on that. So there's a lot of things that we're working on, and of course the core project. But we want NLC 2 to deploy in other platforms, and that's why we're going to release the dollar peg API pretty soon. That's going to allow any other platform that wants to work with crypto the advantage that the dollar peg API is going to provide, which nobody else does except a stable coin. So we're going to have the coin as it is, and we're going to have a stable coin feature without actually having to have the dollar coin. So I think that's going to also be
I would compare it for some people out there. It's like the Steam and the Steam dollar. It's going to be like NLC 2 and the NLC 2 dollar kind of.
Something like that. We're just going to use NLC to hedge people, up or down on their positions to achieve that peg. So, all right. Well, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna.
We have to stop. We have to stop right now. It's gonna keep going.
All right, Nick. Thank you very much. Let's hook up later. Get our weekly call. But this was great. I'm gonna post this just the way this is. So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna upload this right now. And you guys who watched till the end are awesome. You guys are true supporters and true believers.
Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for more of these recordings. Hey, Nick, take care of yourself. Be safe. Be warm. And let's get on the phone more often.
And I'll see you in May.
All right. And I'll see you in May.